Hey yo, pretty people, welcome back to Zloys does something in Minecraft. This time we are in Minecraft Windows 10 edition. Are you excited about it? You better be, because I am. Now, why am I excited about this version of Minecraft? Is pretty much, in the name. It's Windows 10 version. It's the version that is currently being used on Pocket Edition. It is the version that is currently being used. It will be used on Xbox one day, and it is amazing. It is beautiful. It runs smoothly like butter. And I love it. I genuinely am in love with this version of Minecraft. Now, of course, some of the features of this are not yet in the PC version, which is something that I really would love to abuse. And at the same time, some of the versions of PC version, the Java version, are not in the game, which, guess what? I will be abusing too. So, let's get into it, let's get started, and let's talk about this series some more before I get into it too much. Now, this world right here is actually a very different world from any other world that I usually play in, because usually I stand off of mods. Usually I stand off of two things in Minecraft: mods and cheats. And right now, guess what? This world will have eventually will have both. Now, why do I have cheats enabled on this game? Well, it's actually quite easy. It's not so I can cheat. It's not so I can get more episodes out to you. Don't worry. I will be playing fair and square. Survival without any cheats, any respawns, any nothing. At the same time, well, I will be playing with respawns. I just will not be cheating like game rule, keep inventory and all that stuff. No, the cheats are enabled just so it's tiny bit more convenient for me for when I decide to add some add-ons. Because the Windows 10 edition, unlike Java version, doesn't have mods, it has add-ons, and add-ons tend to change the game in the most unpredictable and most exciting way. Maybe I will get some of the community created add-ons eventually. Maybe I will buy some add-ons from Minecraft itself, from Mojang. Maybe I will actually write my own, because I am definitely digging that. I really want to get into add-on creating. But this is something that I really want to make a part of this series, and this is something I will be very much interested in. And this is something that I will not be doing for at the very least another 10 episodes. So all the things that I just said, you can forget them. You can forget all of it. It won't matter for another 10 episodes. So yeah, and this is why I have cheats enabled, because since we're changing the conditions of the game anyway, or at least we will be eventually, might as well just enable cheats. I will, once again, I will not make the game easier for myself, believe me and trust me, but I will at the very least have them just in case. Just in case. Alright, now that we have a bed, we need a place to put it into. And also we have a dog, so we need a place to put it into too. Okay, so basically we need a house, and we need a dog house near the house. So we have two houses to build. Yay! And it's only the first episode, so yeah, buckle down, people. This is gonna be a long time. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm thinking that this area has to be perfect for me. Now, first of all, it is surrounded with a dark roofed forest. It actually is not dark roofed forest, it's just a roofed forest. But you get the point, doggy, you get the point. And we also need a name for the dog, by the way. Yeah, need to come up with that. And at the same time, it has an opening which leads into a spruce forest, which is the second favorite type of the forest for me in this game. So I am thinking, since we want to experiment with add-ons at some point, since we want to change the rules of the game, why don't we say that those add-ons are our little experiments? Our tiny bit of a, madness spilled into the world. Why don't we pretend, or well, there's not a lot of pretending going on really, with me being a mad scientist kind of type of thingy-magic dude who lives in the woods. Old creepy guy who nobody ever talks to, who's just sitting there in his tiny hut. Not hut, but hut, you know, the hut that you put on the ground and live in. So, yeah, in his tiny hut, and kind of does his weird magic science stuff. Yeah, that sounds about right, isn't it? Doesn't it, doggy? Of course he doesn't agree. But nobody asks you. Well, I actually did. So yeah, I value your opinion, my little first friend of this world. I value it. I just disagree with it completely. And there we go. In a couple of explosions, I skyrocketed our little civilization into the Iron Age. Ladies, continue your applause. Alright, amusingly enough, 7 of my initial iron ingots was exactly enough to get myself an iron axe, iron pickaxe, and iron shovel, which is something that I really appreciate and I really like, because once again, I don't really need an iron sword, since I'm not much of a fighter anyway. And iron axe deals more damage anyway, it's like +5 during the attack. So check this out, I can kill this ship in one blow. Whee! There, ship dead. Now, one more thing that I was actually considering doing is something that I noticed here, is that ships and other passive mobs actually spawn actively. Which means that they will not stick around if I gather them, and they will despawn. But that also means that if I kill them, they will just come back in a matter of minutes, seconds really, as long as I keep some chunks loaded. So this, first of all, means that I can kill any animal I want except for my little doggy. And second of all, it also means that I can possibly build a passive ship and, well, passive mob farm very easily without having to build it in spawn chunks. That's delighting, at one hand. On the other hand, this means that that farm will probably get broken once the game updates. Yep. Alright, so here we have a little bit of a two-door type mansion, really with like, it's literally two-door because it has 1-2 doors, and yeah, this is the house for my dog. I really enjoyed it. It even has like its own little furnace exhaust, even though it doesn't have an actual furnace, because you know it's not exactly a good idea to trust dogs with fire. But around here we actually have my own house. Yeah, it's a bit of a fixer-upper. Alright, Mojang. I allowed a lot to slide, okay? A lot of things can slide with me. I cannot allow this to slide. What's this? What is this, Mojang? Seriously. Fix your game. This little pixel of the handle on the side of the door makes it completely unplayable. I expected better. Alright, now I know that it might seem completely silly that I'm doing this kind of thing before I actually got the entire room planned out, the entire house planned out, but I really need to store my items in somewhere. And I really need to put down some chests, so let's do this. This is where I want to store all of my items for now. I mean, obviously, eventually we'll get into a big house. Eventually we'll get a better storage area, but right now I'm gonna need to put my put my chest in somewhere. And look at this. Look at this. Pocket edition. You never fail to amaze. Now, I knew that you can just plop chests nearby. Okay, I know that you can plop chests without connecting them together. But why and how is this working? How can I? How do you? Oh, I get it. I get it. You actually need to put them in the same direction with their faces. So I cannot connect them this way, but I can connect them this way. People, I learned something today. And that doesn't happen every day. See? This is what I mean. These little things is what I mean when I say Pocket Edition, Windows 10. It's an entirely new game, while at the same time being the game that we all know and love. Well, some of us know, and most of us love. Yeah, that's how it actually works. Oh, by the way, all of those enchanted books I actually got from the desert temple. Yeah, the desert temple that I had at the spawn that you could probably see in the background. Yep. Pretty nice cache, by the way. One day I will translate to you what they do. A little bit of inspiration from Mojang's actual in-game structure, you know, the Woodland Mansion. This is how they have their their windows marked. Like each and every window has those this way faced locks around it. Yep, I'm loving it. I don't know. And bam, there, done deal. I'm very proud and very happy with this house. Let's take a look at it. That's a nice box you have there, ZloYxp. While thank you, the other ZloYxp. I'm glad that you don't exist, because if you did, I would rip your freaking face apart. No, but really, guys, that's a nice box I have here. That's a very nice box. I enjoy it. I like it. But the problem is, in my mind, this is not a box. This is not a box at all. This is the beginning of a glorious, amazing, very beautiful house. But I cannot prove it to you. And that hurts. That hurts so much. Because I want this to be an actual house. I want this to be something nice and fun. And I want everybody to be jealous. But yeah. So far, this is a box. This is the first story of the house. The house that I presume will be 3-story high. So yeah, you can see the potential, and you can see that the bare walls of this house will eventually be fixed. Like on this side, I would totally go for some greenery. I think if we add some bushes around here, it would totally look amazing. Hell, on this side, I want to have an entire garden. Because, you know, that would look absolutely amazing if I do this right. But at the same time, right now, there's not much to show to you guys. And I'm very sad, because at the same time, I want to do more. But I cannot, because this right here are the best tools I have. And those are some terrible tools. So, let's strike a deal. We'll call this an episode. We'll call this a day. But next episode, we'll totally go mining. I totally get better tools. And we'll get this house done by the episode 2. Well, not done, but at the very least, the outer shell of it. The second and third story. We will get them both done once we are done gathering proper tools and getting proper equipment. But for now, that's gonna be it. And as the sun is setting, I think I'll go to sleep. Thank you everybody so much for watching. See you next morning. No idea where it actually comes. To be continued.